All right, so here we go again. It's that time of the day to talk sport on I-FLIER 103.3 FM, the city of Ibadan. The time to have a great time on the show. And of course, as we still bask in the euphoria of the success of the Super Falcons of Nigeria out there in Morocco. Yes, just this weekend we saw, a lot of fans are talking about, these Super Falcons were not going to win the WAFCON. Somewhere saying, they will go on to win it. But eventually, they came out triumphant against almighty Morocco. And as it stands right now, it's about what the president, gave to the girls. Some people are aware of the opinion that the monies are too much, while some people are saying, it is fair for the girls because this is the first time these girls will be getting something from the president of Nigeria. Of course, we've seen in time past where the Super Eagles of Nigeria, they got a whole lot of, gift from, politicians, a whole lot of promises being made to them when they go on to play a major tournament. But this will be the first time we'll get to see something like this with the Super Falcons of Nigeria. And this morning also on Sport Drive, I talked about the fact that we'll get to discuss concerning this matter, this controversy that's been going on since the last 24 hours. The Super Falcons of Nigeria touched down in Nigeria. And of course, I've got someone who is a friend of the house join us on the show this afternoon, talking about Olushola Adebayo. Join us all the way from Lagos. I'm not sure if Olushola is out there in Lagos this afternoon, but then one thing I know is the fact that Olushola is a journeyman. He's going to tell me whether he's currently in Lagos or is somewhere in Abeokuta or in Lokoja or somewhere. I don't know. But then let me welcome on board Olushola this afternoon. Good afternoon to you, Olushola. How are you doing?
I'm good. Good afternoon, ABIODUN. And it's a pleasure to be with you on the show once again.
Yeah.
Okay. Concerning my location, I'm in Lagos.
Okay.
I'm at Oshodi.
Okay.
The center of Lagos. Anyways, I'm at the One Cup competition going on, so you can always find me around the stadium.
Yeah.
So you're actually right.
Yeah, I know you are a journeyman. I know you love to cover, some of these tournaments. And I was expecting something like that also. But then it is good. Talking about the competition you are covering right now, one of the major, grassroots tournaments in Lagos, which I love to, also follow. But then we'll get into all of that on the show this afternoon. But let's start by, talking about the Super Falcons of Nigeria. Justin Madugu, he got the job. A whole lot of skepticism were involved in that one. Some people were saying, can this man deliver the WAFCON title for the Super Falcons of Nigeria? But eventually he got the job done, and the girls are back in Nigeria right now. And yesterday, they are with the president of Nigeria, talking about President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and the girls were celebrated even though the parade couldn't go down. But I know you've been following the details of what the president doled out to the girls. Some people were of the opinion that this money is too much for these girls. Looking at the current situation of the country in Nigeria, some are even saying, where are we going to get all of this money? Is it that we have all of this money, start as somewhere that the president will want to go and bring out the money and dole out to the girls? But then, what do you make of all of this shenanigans? Does he want it? Is the money too much? What is your gut feeling telling you this afternoon, Lishola?
Seriously speaking, I never believed that the Nigerians who still criticize or have issues with this kind of rewards, sincerely. But on the flip side, I think some of the questions raised are germane as well, and that is what actually called for this analysis. So let's break it down.
Okay.
The players deserve everything given by the president. That's my stand. And number one, they are Nigerians. They are doing as well as good as any political office holder would do for the country if those political office holders are representing Nigerians and they're also projecting the good name of Nigerians. That's why the president can fly in the jets,
private jet
or aircraft bought by Nigerian money, just like many other public office holders enjoying privileges that if that belongs, that is gotten from all our commonwealth. So if you are coming from that angle that these selected 23 out of thousands of girls out there are representing Nigerians, and in their own little way, they are putting lots of joy, happiness in our faces, and also projecting the name of Nigeria.
Yeah.
I think 150 million is just peanuts compared to what these politicians will get over the period of time they are also doing that, if that is what they are doing, and that's why we are also funding them in a way. So that's one side. Another side to look at it, the way that if the debate is the fact that sport is a very short career period. No matter how long you stay on it, you can't stay on the job till you are old. That means the energy needed at your old age will have been fast-tracked forward so that you can quickly dissipate all of them when you are young, and it will keep you on the field for just 90 minutes, but in the true sense, you are on the field for the whole of the 24 hours. Your movement will be restricted, the kind of food you eat will be restricted, what you go will be restricted, and you will be placed on a specific kind of physical activities to keep you fit for the job at hand, so that everybody can clap for you within 90 minutes if it's football, otherwise maybe just 10 seconds if it's athletics. But nobody knew what you have been through all year round just to stay fit for those little time that we want to see you. And it will also take you away from pursuing other things, because we don't have time for education. If education guarantees you a career that will take you a lifetime, sports would deny you that. Only few people have been able to manage the two.
Yeah.
You get so on the scale of things, we can easily say sports will cut your education pursuit short. You get so, and the risk of now, after all of the training, you now get selected. A lot of people fall by the wayside, and they still face the same risk as those that have been selected. Who takes care of them? Nobody. They return back to the regular life. They start struggling with how to cope, having decided to go for sport instead of doing other things. Now, the few ones that are now selected should be rewarded adequately for their effort. I said it again, because you can go onto the pitch after the first 5 minutes, you have a broken leg, and that will be the end. And after, let's now say you don't even have broken leg and you stay on the job, you are able to get everything you can get. After 15, 10 years, people will start calling for retirement, or you retire by yourself. And the way they rate what these sportmen do representing us has nothing to do with pensions.
Absolutely.
You go on your own, the little you can gather for yourself, that's what you manage the rest of your life, and now you manage it. So, compared to what politicians are getting, and they are public servants, if these players are regarded as public servants for this short period, I think it's even small with the risks they put in, just to ensure that everybody smiles, everybody enjoys it. If Nigeria wants to be represented, then let there be adequate compensation for those that will be representing us. The same mindset we have for politicians that are representing us. Why not push it to sports? Especially when only few people can make it at that level. Do you get my point?
Absolutely.
So combine all of the money for everybody yesterday is now up to 5 billion naira. Now look into a certain local government or a governor house, where the state government offices, how much is being expended on things that you can't even account for. Yeah, they run into billions. So for me, it's not too much. Good luck to those girls. They earn it, they deserve it. Because they are not going to be playing the finals every year.
Absolutely.
They are not going to be getting the money every time. It's just for that moment. Let them now go and do well for themselves. Because I'm always also an advocate of sportsmen are always be rewarded premiumly while they achieve success. Why would they trouble anybody that one old man is dying? Nigerians neglected him. I don't believe so. So if we are not going to be going back to those kind of narratives, why not reward them while they are active and let them also understand that, hey, you are getting your pension while you are active, save for the raining days. Ensure everything works for you with this little you can gather while you are up there. You get? So that's my point of saying, see, $100,000 is not much.
Okay.
Based on the language of football.
All right.
To throw that into Europe, $100,000 for footballers is just like another salary of another footballer every Friday.
All right, Olushola, I still have two more questions for you before I let you know. I know you're a busy man, but then you spoke about a pension earlier, and of course, there's been this conversation about sportmen in Nigeria. We've seen over time sportmen who come out. The recent time was a certain Kadiri Kana, and of course the late Peter Rufai, who just passed on, and a whole lot of people were of the opinion that, oh, these guys, they've done really well for Nigeria, they served the country really well, but then they are not entitled to pension. And some people will even tell you these guys made a lot of money while they were playing. So my question is, do you think the federal government should bring up a pension scheme for these guys? Talking about sportsmen, not footballers alone. It cut across for us in Nigeria, be it basketball, anything, as far as you are involved in Nigerian sports.
Yeah, I like the question based on two things.
Okay.
The first part is the fact that they made lots of money while playing. And the second part is it has to do with our reward system. And that is where I have issue with going with the whims and caprices and how the man in charge feels he should do it. We should have a policy in place. Whoever that is there, whether he likes sport or not, or there is austerity or not, that should be a standard. Just like in most jobs, you get. If you are going to medicine, you have an idea of what your salary scale should be like. Going to journalism, you have an idea. Going to then you now decide where is my strength. Why do I want to go into it? Unlike these sportsmen that we are talking about. The only thing that is guaranteeing sports for now is the fact that it is lucrative in Europe.
Absolutely.
So I can find my way to Europe and go and do something. But if you are looking at sport as a career within this country, you are just gambling because God has given you some talent. You want to gamble into it. It's not as if there's something concrete waiting for you. So the government should make that as a matter of policy. Let's take the MPFL for instance.
Yeah.
There's a salary structure. I don't know whether it's been followed. Now nobody should be paid less than 150,000 naira. I remember like 3 years ago. I don't know whether it has been upped. That's basic. But we know players got 300, 500, 700 based on the quality they bring to the team. And so there should be a measurable reward system. Like this president coming up with $100,000. Assuming these guys knew, or there's something in place, like, okay, if you represent Nigeria and you win a cup, this is what you will get. So it will be, we'll be able to now measure where is the money coming from. So at every point in time, there should be a budget for, okay, we are attending 10 competitions, not just for football. And if you were splashing $100,000 on 24 people, and we are going 10 competitions where competition is over 100, can we afford that? So we have an idea of, okay, it will not now look like only footballers are giving such attention. And do you get it? So the policy should be on ground. Okay, while active, we are going to get this. After active, 10 years after you get this. When you are sick, at certain age, you get this. Let it be spread so that the issue of not taking care of the negative will not come up. or play as the president or the man in charge, which is that is where I don't like it. But saying giving them money or giving them outings is much is not. But let it be measurable. Let it be something that can be predetermined as a policy, so that like this money now, I don't know where the president will be bringing. Maybe the money has started, like you said, I don't know, or is going to ask for additional budget, or there is this residual that we don't always know that has been there for constituencies like this. I don't know. So these are questions that Nigerians that makes Nigeria to start saying, okay, so we have money somewhere and some things are not being done. In Lagos, doctors are trying to go on strike, and we have just like that. So it's also a pointer that, hey, if you can take care of people like this, then take care of other sectors. The money is there.
Absolutely.
So instead of criticizing that the money is much, ask for better things to be done the way they are supposed to be done in other fields. Nothing is much because we think it is much.
Okay.
Because me, I believe the money is there. Let's use it judiciously, including sports.
All right, my final question for you on the show for today, Olushola. Yes, we know the president, made the promises, and the girls are really happy. But then there've been these, narratives on social media too that, this is not audio money, audio promises, because a lot has really went down in the last, a few years. And case in point, I could go back to, a lot of previous, yes, USA 94, 1996 also, a whole lot that we can, bring to the fore right now. But then, do you think President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is going to fulfill all of these promises for the girls?
It's still boiled down to the fact that let this be policy based. Do you get it? I mean, it's policy. It is bound to do it, and it is also justifiable if you didn't do it. You get? But since it's a pronouncement coming from his heart, then I believe it will also come from his heart to fulfill it.
Absolutely.
Unlike other governments that allows some other government to come and do on their behalf, they say government is continuing on board. Once those people that mentioned leave, they will also push it. The next government will push it to let the next government take over. I'm not the one that promised, but going by what President Tinubu have done for sports in this short time, he has given us the biggest budget for sports or the sports sector since he came on board. With the introduction of over 120 billion naira for NSC. And that's why the issue of bonuses, traveling for this thing has not been out there, because it's seamless to tell you how this government takes sports, and they don't make noise about it. And in return, the Sport Commission to tell you that, the commission can take our sport, we can take. He's a man that has shown that he doesn't just promise, he gives immediately, he says those things. So I want to believe before the end of the week, those guys will receive the $100,000, the $100,000, maybe because the delay might just be because of some bureaucracy, get the papers done, get the approval, then let the CBN transfer the money. Then for the houses, if an estate is on ground, you mentioned the name of the estate, the new estate, then they should have it once that place is completed. So these are things we can trace, and I believe President Tinubu should be able to live up to the same billing that he used for the Super Eagles during the Super Zero for these same girls. He talked about it and he sent the money immediately in billions. Even to those that went to the Olympics, they got their allowances immediately, also in billions. So on sport development, which is also part of youth development, beyond the shenanigans of some people saying the money.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much, Olushola Adebayo. We really appreciate your time on the show this afternoon.
Thanks so much. I actually enjoyed talking sports with you anytime.
All right, thank you very much. My regards to the people of Oshodi.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, welcome back. You're still listening to iSport on I-FLIER 103.3 FM. That was the voice of Olushola Adebayo. Yes, a sport journalist, and of course, if you talk about one of the top men out there who follow grassroots football and of course a major tournament. You definitely talk about Olushola. He had a lot to say, concerning the controversy about the Super Falcons of Nigeria. I was watching the Three Lionesses also this afternoon. You just had to, see the parade. It was phenomenal. It was out of this world. And of course, one of the biggest brand in Nigeria, talking about one of the biggest, artists in Nigeria, Burna Boy, also graced that occasion also. So, if you are getting all of this, 6-4 because of the Super Falcons, because, they deserve all of the accolades right now, I really don't know what we are thinking. But then, your opinion and my opinion can never go, the same direction. Sport Princess's opinion would definitely be different compared to mine. And of course, I want to believe the guys have also, they have one or two things to say concerning the whole issue. But let me welcome on board the guys once again this afternoon. I've got Fermi Makinde, Sport Princess is here, and I've got Solomon, who is also joining us on the show this afternoon. Sport Princess, good afternoon to you. You heard everything Olushola said. Do you agree with him, or you have one or two, omissions concerning some of the things he talked about?
Yeah, good afternoon to you. Good afternoon to all our listeners out there, and to everyone under the sound of my voice. It's great to be back on another edition of iSport on I-FLIER 103.3 FM. I think I do agree with him that when he said that the money is not too much, and the fact that these players are actually putting themselves at risk as well, playing on the pitch, anything can go wrong, from a major injury to a minor injury to head injuries as well, that can just put a stop to their career. And he said something about their education as well, that when you are a sports person or an athlete, you cannot really focus on your education. It's really hard, it kind of cuts your education short. So those are the things that you have to actually consider as well, because this is like their everything. And you look at most athletes, unless you are born into like a very with a silver spoon in your mouth, most of them are like the breadwinners of their families. So you look at these things, and you look at the gesture from Mr. President. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, honestly. I feel like these girls deserve this accolade that they're getting. Nobody has ever achieved this feat in football. I don't even know if we all know that Brazil are probably the best, in the world of football when it comes to winning World Cups. I don't think they've won it 10 times too. So you look at the way Super Falcons have dominated, and it's not just them. It's just a little sad, because it's just like what other legends in Super Falcons history they've achieved is what these girls are reaping. You get? I'm not saying that they've not tried enough, because I think it's only Oshoala that has actually stayed because of her longevity. She has I think she has won 4 or 5 AFCONs now. WAFCON rather, compared to the legends that have dominated it before these girls actually came into the action. So for me, I think I agree with everything he said, and that is one major difference between football in Africa and other continents. You look at England, for example. Now, once you make a debut for England, even if something happens to your career, the moment you get into that system, till you retire or till you die, your family is like you get a certain amount of money every month. And in Nigeria, you are still here fighting for bonuses every players coming out here. NFF is doing them one thing or the other. So I think those are the things that needs to change. I don't think I actually respect what the president has done, and at the same time I feel like we need to be doing more. We need to be doing more to actually praise these girls as well. And I also get the fact that the Super Eagles as well, they also donated a whole lot of money. At the end of the day, just like I said earlier, these girls are the breadwinners of their family. By the time everybody's coming, I heard people got this amount. Give me. What will be left? And we know the mentality we have in Africa. Yes, we know the mentality we have. Once you see somebody succeed in our family, that person's we all feel entitled. We all feel entitled to go to them to ask for more. And at the end of the day, what will be left for them to actually actually have as well. So for me, the bedroom apartments is actually the standard for me, because I feel like they will have a home. Most of them, we just assume, okay, unless those are actually doing well abroad. Are playing for bigger clubs. Some of them are still playing in Nigeria, and we all know. Let's not get into the amount of money they pay them monthly, because they pay them stipends, small money that cannot really do anything in this economy. And as regards the parade as well, we cannot compare European football like to African football. And the economic situation as well, because those people are they're okay economically, they can afford to not go to work and everything. But everybody is hustling. You cannot really expect the crowd to Monday everybody is there looking for daily bread, daily 2K. So and we all know that in Africa they will like free things. Anything that will not like generate money for us, we're not interested. Anything that will not go there and will see something to get back in return. Go my euro, some rice in bed. Those are the things. If there's nothing like that,
owners see they prove that their dreams are valid and achievable.
All right, there you have it, the voice of the number one citizen, talking about President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, where he hosted the Super Falcons yesterday in Abuja. And of course, a lot of drama, a lot of controversy around, what he gave as gift to the Super Falcons of Nigeria. And some people were of the opinion that the money is too much. But then you get the feeling that you understand where these people are coming from because of the situation in Nigeria. Yes, rice expensive, beans expensive, a whole lot of things are not working in the country. But then I just want to appeal to them that these girls also deserve all of the things that they are getting right now. But then Fermi, you listen to the president in a statement. He said normally, because to me I term it as the president don't actually watch the Super Eagles of Nigeria, if not the girls. But if you look at the recent success of the Super Falcons and that of the Super Eagles of Nigeria, they are not in tandem. These girls always deliver, and I think they should. The money is too much and blah 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 that some people are saying.
Personally, my personal opinion, I feel the money is a little bit too much. Maybe possibly cut it by 25% per person, something like that. Because we know how hard the country is, and there's a whole lot going on in the country. Then you now see a whole lot of money spent on individuals. For sure, my issue is most people making it seem like that they are going to be paid money for playing in that competition. They did not go there to play for free. It's also service to the nation. So
for winning the WAFCON, $1 million.
Exactly. So you cannot say they are not getting anything personally, and you now say, okay, when you now come home again, the government now has to give them that much amount. Personally, I feel that's what it should have been cut down a little bit. For sure, I feel they are worth it. But if you look at the way Nigeria is, they always say Nigeria is in debt, this and that. So spend that whole amount of money on over 24 players, I feel it's going to be a whole lot. But I feel they actually do deserve what they got from the competition. They performed very well. They came back, they did all that. For sure, yes, I feel they deserve it. But up to that amount, I will not say though. If you not think about the Super Eagles and comparing them, for sure, I feel the Super Falcons have done way better than the Super Eagles. The Super Eagles haven't even qualified for the last World Cup. And we most likely will not be qualified for the next one. So then our last continental title was in 2013. That was over 12 years ago. So I feel the Super Falcons have been the one putting Nigeria on the map, because we still remember the 2023 World Cup in I think Australia and New Zealand. Then getting to the round of 16 was very impressive, if not getting knocked out by the English side. So I feel there's a whole lot that the Super Falcons do deserve. They deserve way more than the Super Eagles, even based off how much they are earning. If you ask me, and the Super Eagles, most of their players are based in Europe, and a whole lot, possibly a whole lot from the NFF too. So there's a whole lot of money already there that possibly have. If it was the Super Eagles, I would probably say, don't give them any money. They already have enough for sure, and they also get salaries and stuff like that. So. But the Super Falcons, they have put Nigeria on the map. They will consistently put us on the map. Next WAFCON is again going to be in Morocco. I'm going to tell you that they're going to be in the top 4 again. And they're also possibly going to qualify for the World Cup again in 2020. So they deserve what they get. But personally, I feel the amount given should have easily be reduced by 25%.
All right. Well, let me also talk to Solomon. Solomon, you've read from Sport Princess and of course guest on the show Lushola, and of course you just listened to the opinion of Fermi. What say you? What is your own gut feeling telling you concerning this drama?
Good afternoon, Nigerians. Good afternoon, everybody.
I'm a United fan.
I'm Manchester United fan. For me, I think they deserve that much, even more than that, because let's say they are taking 15 or 20 years out of their time they will spend on it to play for Nigeria, and after that moment they are not going to pay them again. There's nothing like pension. So I think you risking your life for the country, you deserve that much, and the president has done well. I think I love that.
They're like soldiers without guns.
Yeah,
without weapons.
But the soldiers get
and I'm reason.
They get, but I don't. The thing is, it's I get the fact that it's a bit much. But look at the money that politicians are getting. They are getting way more than that. So it is actually these are the people that actually like they actually want that money.
They're always on the front.
They're always on the front burner. They are always on that pressure. They're also paid. But this is actually these are the people actually doing like Nigeria favors.
This is for me. I think this is more like a pension for them.
Honestly,
I feel there's something else that he spoke about giving them a percentage, like keeping a percentage within the federation and paying them a percentage. Because if also you say they go
keeping that percentage with the federation.
There's a whole lot of politics and everything. But I feel if you give them everything now, if you say we are planning for the next 20 years, that money will not be there in the next 20 years. So no matter the president say, they are giving away 15 years and we are giving them a future, that future is not going to be there. People are not going to believe in that future. There's no the idea behind it. Personally, I still don't get it though.
I think it's just better to just give them the money now. Then the players can now do what they want. Then invest in their future themselves. Because if anything happens to you, that's the end of your career. There's no job waiting for you after you've retired.
One thing I can also confirm to you guys this afternoon is the fact that 15 years after, Nigerians will still, remind these girls that back in 2025, you guys were giving a certain amount of money. So if you are coming out to tell us that, I'm sick and this and you have to also invest. So it's really making a whole lot of sense right now because, some of these girls also, they need to invest. If you look at some of their counterparts, some of the, legends, the likes of Messi, Akide, Perpetua and Kocha, these are girls who have invested in their football career, and of course they are also doing well right now. So it is very, very important for them to also invest going forward because that money